Elon Musk, one of the most influential figures in the world, known for his innovation and philanthropy, has always believed that true success is measured by the impact it has on others. However, few people know that he invested part of his fortune to build a hospital, a place designed to treat everyone with dignity, regardless of their financial situation. One day, after hearing troubling reports, he decides to visit the hospital himself. Without revealing his identity, he disguises himself as an ordinary patient and walks through the reception doors. Expecting to see professionalism and compassion, Elon instead witnesses a shocking reality. The emergency ward is run by an arrogant doctor who abuses his position, treating patients with disdain, humiliating those who need help the most, and deciding who deserves care based on his own bias. But what this doctor doesn't realize is that among the people he mistreats is the hospital's true owner. Elon watches everything in silence, restraining his anger. But how long will he remain quiet? How will this story unfold? Stay with us until the end to find out. Oh, and before we continue, let us know where you're watching from. We love reading your comments. Elon Musk sat in his office, gazing through the large glass windows. Below, the city pulsed with life, cars rushing by, people moving past each other, oblivious to one another's struggles. He had achieved more than most could dream of: fame, fortune, respect. But he never forgot what it felt like to be overlooked. That's why he had built this hospital, not just as a charitable project, but as a model institution where every patient would be treated with dignity. But something was terribly wrong. Official reports claimed that everything was running smoothly, yet Elon had been receiving anonymous complaints that couldn't be ignored. There was only one way to uncover the truth. He would go there himself, in disguise, to see it with his own eyes. That evening, he put on a worn-out jacket, faded jeans, and rode to the hospital on an old black motorcycle. Just another patient seeking care. As he walked through the hospital's glass doors, no one recognized him. The man whose name was known across the world had become just another face in the crowd. He approached the reception desk, where a tired-looking receptionist typed away on her computer, barely glancing up. Elon stood patiently. "Good evening. I'd like to schedule a consultation." The receptionist finally looked at him, scanned his simple clothes, and sighed impatiently. "Name?" "Elon," he replied. She raised an eyebrow and typed into the system. "Insurance? I'd rather pay in cash." She rolled her eyes, sighed, and handed him a small slip of paper. "Wait your turn. It's going to take a while." Elon took the paper without complaint and moved to the waiting area, sitting between an elderly man clutching his chest and a mother holding a feverish baby. As he observed the room, he saw the true state of his hospital. A desperate young mother approached the receptionist, her baby burning with fever. "Please, my baby is very sick. He needs a doctor now." The receptionist didn't even look up. "Ma'am, I already told you. Wait your turn." "But he's getting worse." The receptionist sighed, visibly irritated. "If you're so worried, take him to a public hospital. Here, we follow rules." Elon's eyes narrowed. To his other side, the elderly man grimaced in pain, clutching his chest. His breathing was heavy as he tried to get a nurse's attention. A young nurse walked past him, barely glancing in his direction. "Sir, I can't stop everything for every little pain. Just wait your turn." The elderly man groaned, doubling over slightly. Elon clenched his fists. No one should be treated this way. Just then, a man in a tailored suit walked past the reception desk. He didn't need to take a number. He didn't need to wait. "Dr. Javier is expecting you, sir. You can go right in." Elon watched as the wealthy received immediate care, while those in desperate need were ignored. His jaw tightened, but he remained calm. He needed to see more before taking action. He returned to the reception desk. "Excuse me," he said. The receptionist sighed, clearly annoyed. "Yes?" Elon gestured towards the mother with the sick baby and the elderly man. "They seem to need urgent help. Are you sure there's nothing that can be done?" The receptionist frowned. "I already told you. Everyone waits their turn. Those are the rules." Elon stayed silent for a moment, then calmly replied, "Rules can be broken when a life is at risk." The receptionist scoffed. "And what makes you think you know more than the doctors?" Elon smirked slightly, shook his head, and walked back to his seat. He had seen enough. This was not the hospital he had envisioned. Something was deeply wrong, and he was going to fix it. What he didn't yet realize was that within minutes, one of the most arrogant doctors in the hospital would cross the line, forcing Elon to take immediate action. The hospital buzzed with noise, overworked nurses rushing around, patients waiting anxiously. But amidst the chaos, one man walked with an air of superiority. Dr. Javier Fuentes. Tall, immaculately groomed, with cold, calculating eyes, he carried an expensive cup of coffee, strolling through the corridors without acknowledging the suffering around him. Then, a desperate scream echoed. The mother with the feverish baby rushed toward him, pleading, "Doctor, please! My baby is burning up. He needs help now." Dr. Javier paused, his eyes lazily scanning the woman before he sighed and rolled his eyes. "If he's sick, wait like everyone else. This hospital isn't a daycare." The mother froze, horrified. "But he's getting weaker." Dr. Javier leaned in slightly, his tone condescending. "Do you think you're the only person with problems here? If I stopped for every kid with the flu, this hospital would go bankrupt." Elon felt his blood boil. His jaw clenched, his hands tightened into fists. But outwardly, he remained composed. Dr. Javier kept walking as if nothing had happened. Two nurses exchanged uneasy glances, but said nothing. Elon noticed something crucial: fear. The staff knew what kind of man Dr. Javier was, but no one dared to challenge him. Elon had seen enough. He could no longer stay silent. He stood up, walked toward a security guard, and said firmly, "I need to speak with the hospital administrator." The guard frowned. "About what?" Elon gave a small, knowing smile. "He's going to want to hear me out.